Good afternoon, adventurers. I'm Megan with Blue Mermaid Travel, and I am here with your weekly Walt Disney World and Universal Studios Orlando update. This is for 2 weeks, so we've got the week of May 28th, 2018, and June 4th, 2018. There was no update last week because I was in Boston. We took a family trip up to Boston to check out a bunch of the historical sites up there, because when your 10-year-old comes and says, "Mom, I want to see Bunker Hill," how do you say no to an educational vacation? So we did that. But by the time we got back, it was not like the weekly update just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to catch you up for what's been going on the past couple of weeks, and there is a lot of stuff to cover. So let's get started with Universal Studios, as we usually do, because there's not as much stuff. The first thing is that at Royal Pacific, there are new Jurassic World Kids Suites, which are really cool looking. I was kind of skeptical at first. I was like, this sounds like kind of a lame reason to try to upsell people. But what the Kids Suites are is it looks like there's 2 bedrooms. There's an adult bedroom with a king-size bed, and there's the kids' bedroom attached to the adult bedroom with 2 twin-size beds. And the kids' bedroom, which has its own TV and all that good stuff, the beds are designed to look like the gyrospheres that you see in the Jurassic World movies. So they look really, really cool. The kids' suites sleep up to 5 if you include an option for a rollaway bed. And there are kids suites available at multiple properties at Universal Studios. This is just the newest version of the ones that they have at Royal Pacific. The cool thing about staying at Royal Pacific is that if you stay there, you also get complimentary Universal Express Unlimited passes. Now, for people who don't know what that means, Universal Express Unlimited is a pass that you can get that lets you ride most of the rides in the park an unlimited number of times, and they're kind of like Disney's fast passes. There's a dedicated line. You don't have to wait through the regular queue, which could be hours long in some cases. You go through the other side, and usually, I think the most people have to wait is about 15 minutes for most of those rides. You just kind of take the park however you want to do it. That is only available to people who stay at Royal Pacific, Portofino Bay, and Hard Rock. So that's a kind of a nice little perk for staying at the nicer properties. If you stay at Cabana Bay or the new Aventura or the Surfside or Dockside Suites when they open up in 2019 and 2020, they will not be eligible for the complimentary Universal Express Unlimited. If you want Universal Express or Universal Express Unlimited, you will have to pay extra to get it. And it's a little pricey. So, anyway, if you choose to go on a Universal vacation, then definitely talk to us first so that we can decide what's the best way for you to maximize your time in the parks. If you're curious to see what Royal Pacific looks like, it just so happens that our own Christina is currently in Florida and was staying at Royal Pacific earlier this week and was kind enough to send us a whole bunch of pictures while she was on her vacation. So if you are following us at Blue Mermaid Travel on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/Blue Mermaid Vacations. Then you will see there are videos that include those pictures of Royal Pacific, and it is gorgeous with like a really cool kind of South Pacific exotic 1940s feel to it. So go check those out. Number 2 for Universal Studios, Halloween Horror Nights. Universal has announced that they are going to have a record number of 10 haunted houses this year at Halloween Horror Nights. They've only released the themes for 3 of those. So there's one that's zombie themed, there's one that's Stranger Things themed, and there's one that's Trick or Treat. The movie themed, apparently this came out in like 1986, so I would have been about 5, and I'm gonna tell you right now that my parents were not letting me watch this movie when I was 5 years old. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but it looks creepy. Anyway, we will tell you when we hear what the other 6 haunted houses are going to be. Also, there are 5 scare zones in the park. I don't really know exactly what the difference between the scare zones and the haunted houses are, but yeah. And then Academy of Villains Dance Troupe is going to be back for their 3rd year at Halloween Horror Nights. They were kind of the breakout sensation of Halloween Horror Nights 2016. People say that they were talked about almost as much, if not more, than the haunted houses that year. So they will be back this year, and I found a video of their 2016 performance on YouTube, and I will be posting that in the description below, so you can kind of go check that out. So just as a reminder, Halloween Horror Nights is on select nights, September 14th through November the 3rd this year, and tickets start at $62.99, which is a good value, especially if you're comparing it to Disney's Not So Scary Halloween. Which those tickets run usually a lot more. I think the cheapest is $79. So $63 is a pretty good deal. So that is it for Universal Studios this week. Let's talk about Disney. There is a ton of stuff to talk about Disney. They released a whole bunch of stuff, and there's some really important things that I want to go over regarding some of this stuff. So, number 1. The Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Live, which we talked about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, has started. It is playing 5 times a day at the American Gardens Theater at Epcot. And it runs from now and through August 19th. So it looks really awesome. The music for Guardians of the Galaxy is probably some of the best in all of the Marvel movies. So it's a really cool thing to go see if you're there and you want to check it out. Also, some new Guardians of the Galaxy themed sweet treats, including a cute Groot sipper cup at Liberty Inn, which I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. So if anybody's going to be at Disney and would like to pick one up for me, that would be cool. Dining pack. Okay, let's talk about Food and Wine Festival, because there is Disney dropped a whole lot of information about Food and Wine, and it's a little overwhelming. Okay, so let's talk about first Food and Wine. The dates for Food and Wine are August 30th through November the 12th, 2018 this year. So put that on your calendars. I think a lot of people think that Food and Wine is just show up, eat a bunch of food, get drunk, because there's a lot of wine. That's not just it. Disney has done a really good job of incorporating other events during Food and Wine, so it's not just walking around and eating food and drinking wine. So first of all, there are cooking demonstrations, there are dining packages and all this good stuff, and some of these things do cost extra, and so those are going to go on sale. So all of the events that are extra, including dining packages for Food and Wine, go on sale June 14th. So that's in 3 days. Put it on your calendar. So let's talk first about the celebrity chef demonstrations. Are going to include Tiffany Thiessen, and if you haven't been paying attention, that's the same Tiffany Thiessen who was on Saved by the Bell. So Tiffany Amber Thiessen, for those of us that remember. She has a show on the Cooking Channel, so she is going to be there. Richard Blais is going to be there. Matsuharu Morimoto is going to be there. Carla Hall is going to be there, who, I mean, I would love to see her, honestly. And others, not just them, but others as well. So some of those demonstrations are going to be extra. Eat to the Beat dining packages are going to go on sale on the 14th. Party for the Senses grand tasting experiences will be going on sale the 14th. And beverage and cheese seminars. I'm wondering if when they say beverage, they mean wine? I don't know. New this year to Food and Wine is Sunday Brunch with the Chef, which is a 2-hour event which includes a brunch buffet and features a culinary TV personality. It does not say who. It just says a TV culinary personality. So it kind of could be anybody. And you get the option of being a part of an in-depth question and answer session, an exclusive meet and greet and photo op with the the chef that is there that day. So that's really, really awesome. There's also a food and beverage pairing session. It's 45 minutes and it will be held on Friday and Saturday. It's a collaborative effort between a featured chef and a beverage presenter. And of course, you get to sample the demonstrated dish and the beverage that is paired with it when you do it. So that's cool. The Eat to the Beat series, this concert series this year, some of the headliners that you're going to see at the American Gardens Theater is Smash Mouth, Kenny G, Plain White Tees, Mercy Me is going to be there, Vertical Horizon, in case you remember that. I kind of do. Makes me feel old. 98 Degrees, Sugar Ray, Sheila E. The list goes on and on. Dining packages for that will open up June 14th. Okay, that's it for Food and Wine. That's all the updates I have for Food and Wine. Okay. Big one. Walt Disney World 2019 packages, vacation packages, go on sale June 19th. That is in 8 days, the 19th. These will be from January 1st through December 31st, 2019. Now, I know what you're thinking. Megan, who the heck is thinking about going to Disney in 2019? It's only June 2018. You would be surprised. Let me give you 3 good reasons why, if you're planning on doing Disney in 2019, now is a good time to book. Okay? Number 1, the deposit for a Walt Disney World package is only $200. Okay? It's really tiny. Your final payment is typically due 30 days before your check-in date, and they do tell you when it is. And of course, I send you a reminder so you're not like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Nope, I'm going to help you remember, or I will, or Christina will, or Lauren will, whoever is your travel agent. And here's the deal. You can pay it off a little bit at a time, or you can wait and you can just pay it all off as long as it's done 30 days before your check-in date. Disney doesn't care. A package. People are like, well, what is a package? A package includes your hotel accommodations at a Walt Disney World resort and your tickets to the parks. And these you can kind of customize your tickets. You can do single day park passes where you only go to one park per day. You can do park hoppers. You can do the Park Hopper Plus, which also includes the water parks. It's pretty flexible. It's just really how do you want to do your vacation? And that's kind of our job, is to help you kind of figure that out. And then if you want to add in Disney Dining Plan, we can add that on. If you want to add on Memory Maker, we can add that on. So all of these things we can do for you. And then number 3, the earlier you book, the more likely you are to get a room at a property that you want to stay at. Some of these properties fill up really, really quickly, including Port Orleans French Quarter, which is one of the top-rated moderate hotels at Disney. Art of Animation fills up really quickly. So these, you don't want, especially if you're going to be going at a time of year that it's going to be busy, don't wait until a couple of months before and call us and say, hey, I want to go. Let me tell you what's going to happen. A, it's either all going to be booked, or B, prices are going to be super high. By booking early in advance, we kind of get you in at the least expensive time to get you in. Because as you get closer and closer to that travel date, rooms are going to go up in price. That's just kind of how it is. And the deal is, Disney doesn't have a problem booking its rooms, so it's not like you're going to be able to go and be like, oh, I can get a last minute deal. There's not a lot of last minute deals, and Disney is really, really tight on their prices. So finding deals can be really difficult. So email us, info@Blue Mermaid Travel, and let's get started talking about what you want to do for 2019 now. I know it seems a long way away, but before you know it, it's going to be time. And you're going to be like, holy cow, I can't believe it's already time to do this. Okay, enough about packages. Last summer, Disney World introduced their mini, M-I-N-N-I-E, mini van service. to select resorts at Walt Disney World. This summer, they are expanding it to the entire Walt Disney World resort area in Disney Springs. This is a collaboration with Lyft, and it is a collaboration with Lyft, but you're being driven by a Disney cast member. I don't really know how it all works. I'm not going to try to figure it out. So you do use the Lyft app to call a minivan. So when you go into the app, you select the minivan service option, and then you enter your information, like your current location and where you want to go. And then they come and pick you up and take you where you want to go. This is a really good option if you have a larger group of people, like 7, because sometimes finding a Lyft that can carry a group of, like, a larger group can be difficult. But the minivans, I think, can carry up to 7 people. So that's really nice. And this is really cool if you're like, I've been in the parks all day and we have dinner reservations at Disney Springs and I don't want to ride Disney transportation over there. You just call a minivan and they'll take you over to Disney Springs. The service runs from 6:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. Sorry, not p.m. a.m. But those times are subject to change. I would guess that at times when they have parties and late night events and stuff like that, they do probably modify the time a little bit. Lost and found at Disney. This is a change that needed to come, people. Seriously. So previously, if you lost something at Walt Disney World or on Disney Transportation or anywhere, what you did basically, if you went to the front of the park and you asked them at their customer service if they had found it and they said no, then you had to contact the TTC, which is where all lost and found items go to. Or you'd either call them or go over there and try to find your lost item. This was a pain in the butt because the TTC is not exactly convenient unless you're in Magic Kingdom. And if you try to call, a lot of times everybody's trying to call, so you would get a busy signal. So Disney has started a new process of checking on your lost items. So if you lose something at one of the parks, one of the water parks, let me see, I wrote it down. One of the parks, water parks, Disney Springs, the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex, or on Disney Transportation, what they want you to do is go to www.disneyworld.com/lostandfound, and then you enter info about the item that you've lost, and they will search for the item, and they will email you updates on whether they have found the item or if they're still looking. Now, no guarantee they're going to find it. I lost a Fitbit at Disney. Never found it. Nobody ever found it. Somebody must have found it, but we never got it back. So there's no guarantee that they're going to find your missing object, but this certainly saves you from having to make the extra trip over to the TTC or keep calling and trying to get through to find out if they found your object. So that's a really nice new change. Is that it? Oh, sorry. Packages, Guardians of the Galaxy, Lost and Found. I think that's it, people. Holy moly, that was a lot of stuff to cover this week. But that's all I got so far. Of course, we'll be back next week with another update and more information. If you are planning on a trip to Universal Studios or Walt Disney World anytime coming up in 2018 or 2019, send us an email at info@bluemermaidtravel.com and let's start planning your dream trip. Otherwise, have a great week and remember that adventure is out there.